Reset this trigger. That looks shimmed alright. Put that back in place. Go anti-reversal, that's back in. Get that out the way. Cool. Biggest thing I see is trigger. So maybe I'd chuck you in. Yeah, do you see it's the anti-reversal? Because if it lifts too far, you get everything else shifts out of line a little bit. The trigger defo has a magnet in it, I can see it because right there. I just still don't, I can't see where the other magnet is on the board that it's apparently talking to, but I reckon my brain is too tired for this. There's probably like a magnet chip somewhere on the board. So every time it goes through that trigger pull movement, it's obviously being hit by or supported by. Wait, so do they want me to take that out then? Don't say that, man. Oh, it's the get now, so then technically I could leave that in then, no? Because on the Delta gearboxes, they've also still got that thing in. You guys probably thinking what I'm talking about, this red thing here, it kind of talks to the selector switch, but I'm thinking, was I having a clash issue because of that? But again, that just might be my tired brain. Ugh, this fucking trigger, bro, allow me, man. Like, have to use their trigger. That's the annoying fucking thing about it. The last time I opened it, it wasn't this much drama, boy. It was a quick thing. Oh, this fucking trigger, bro. It's meant to be an upgrade, like why is it so stressful? Might be where the spring is so strong, but fucking hell, bro. And it looks like it's moved again, bro. Like, really? Look, fucking hell, man. Fucking holding this and holding that and. Okay, so that is the tapper plate that was causing that problem. Telling you at points, you need to be a fucking patient brother to be an airsoft tech, because you'll rip your hair out if you're not careful. Okay, wicked. So I think we have a closed gearbox. My trigger looks fine. My nozzle seems to be moving. Thank fuck for that. Sometimes just being patient, and sometimes just don't do this stuff when you're tired. So don't be like me and do this stuff when you're tired. Because like I said, if I wasn't tired, and like I said, my hay fever weren't fucking with my eyes so much, probably would have been a 3-minute, 4-minute job closing that gearbox tops. And it's just where I would have been taking precautions just to make sure none of the wires are being clipped down, causing any shorts. Because this is a brand new ETU system, as you can see. New gearbox shell. I think this is the first in-depth work I've put into it, because the last time I opened it, all I did was change out a trigger and change one of the gears. Didn't even change the whole gear set, just changed out one of the gears because they were worn, which made no sense from a brand new system that I bought. So now, God willing, I should have a functional level 3 system. It's not a crazy ETU, but because of the setup around it, the trigger, this, that, the spring, the body I've got in the barrel, yeah, I've probably got like a level 3 build here. Probably not as good as the DSG build, but definitely nowhere close to as expensive as build. So just depends on what you're going for, whether you got the money. And even if you like, you don't even need to spend the money, because that's a new thing I'm starting to learn in Airsoft. Like, a lot of the time when a lot of money is spent, it's often because the people are lacking knowledge or time. So they're trying to mass produce, for example, and that mass production is what's causing, I don't know, maybe quality gaps in the products and stuff like that. I was watching a video a bit earlier where one guy was talking about it, saying that Norwich guns is really good, but he was like, where they lose him is that quality gap. Like, in trying to produce so many guns, you don't get consistent quality. And I was saying he's half correct. I feel like they do get a consistent performance trait, if you want to call it that. I'd say not everybody likes their guns, but you can't please everyone, I've come to learn. Oh, so this makes sense now. There's switches that allow semi and auto, but I still don't understand the trigger system. I'm not seeing, because you can see it right there. One of them is probably for semi, one of them's for auto. They're like buttons. So that's pretty cool. For 50 quid I would have wanted light sensors, because one thing I would say is if I did go to T238, that's one thing I would say they would have defo gave me thing sensors, but it's okay. I'm just being the reviewist. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do, review. Is there a hack for selector switches? Because boy, I always wrestle with these things, and you want to be careful, because for example my system right here has buttons, so if I go over those buttons too much, I could do damage. I should have just left the old one in, you know. My brain is too tired for this right now. Just slide in, please. Or is that you telling me you don't fit? Look, you're in. So where's the other side not going in? I have to be careful because there's buttons there, bro. Is that it? There we are. Thank fuck for that. Don't know how much I like them buttons, but we'll see. Maybe it will grow on me. So normally when you get to this stage, there's certain tests that you want to run, which I think I just spoke about anyway a second ago, which is things like the nozzle test. So you want to give that little squidgy, just make sure that's forward and releasing. Your trigger, you want to make sure that's returning. and I tend to give these little gears in here a little spin just to make sure they're not too tight, and that seems all good. So from here I'm gonna take a little break, guys, because boy, I filmed one video, I'm operating on lack of sleep. I'm not moaning about these things, I'm just sharing. So I think before I go into the install of this going into a body, or back into its body, I should just go and have a little breather. And we should have a little clean up as well, make sure my workspace looks a bit better. Even same for me, like this shit solves my, like, does so much for my mental health. So as providers with a store, providers, or I don't know, sites, come on man, you got a duty of care, bro. Especially if y'all gonna get rich off us. That's cool, get rich, do your thing. You're a service provider, just do it well. That's all I ask, do it well. And if you're not gonna do it well, at least be so clear about it. Because I remember one thing I did say, and I'll come off the topic, because like I said, I don't really want to entertain negativity this year. One thing I did say to Airsoft Cowboy on the way home was, you see, if on arrival when I walked in he was like, oh, don't really want your kind round here, and it wasn't a racist comment in terms of your kind. I mean, like, people who are opinionated, or people who want what they paid for, people, just whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I would be alright with it, because you're essentially saying, I just don't want the drama of your money, and I'm alright with that. But don't collect our money and not give us a good service. And I think that was why I was like, as much as I don't care about them, and like you can see, I just spent the money and fixed it myself. I really didn't care. Like, I think they thought I was trying to pull a snidey one, and it's like, bitch, I can afford to fix this. I don't need your help. That's why I had the £85 to come to your shop and buy the part originally that I'm complaining about. But I think, so I can't see. Okay, it's not in line, that's why. But that's why I thought, let me do the video, because there is the average airsofter who's gonna go there, experience this, and maybe quit the sport, or just not know what to do, or not feel that his voice or her voice is heard. So, and like I said, it is a shame, because I honestly believe if the shop owner was there, that wouldn't have happened, bruv. The guy is cool, he knows I'm not trying to pull a snidey one, and I come and spend a lot more than 85 quid, so trust me, if I was trying to pull a snidey one, it would have been with a £600-700 gun, and even then, does that make sense? We'll just fucking buy it, bro. I don't need to pull a snidey one. Do you get what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We live and we learn. And I think even for me, it was a learning curve. Like, I've always kind of been hesitant buying gearboxes anyway. It's why you always see me with custom builds on the channel. Oh, come on, man. I just need you in line. There we are, so I can install this one. Yeah, it's why you always see me with custom builds on the channel, because I don't know, man. Unless I find a gun that I feel like the provider did really well with, so I end up nicking their gearbox and doing my little custom work to that. If you notice, I tend to be building, and there's a reason why I do that. Ugh, now that one. It's like I can't catch no break today, innit? It's like somebody wants me to be up all night. I can't see it from down here for some reason. It's quite interesting, peeps. Sorry. I need to adjust the camera. Just because I can't see the light. Is that not it right there? I think it is. See, something that was stressing me out. 2-second job, but you see, it's because my brain is tired, people. So don't be like me and do this stuff when you are actually rested. It's just not worth the risk. You're handling somebody else's stuff, right? Okay, so that's in the lower. Because I wanted to go and take a break, but a little part of me is like, no, but I want to see it shoot first. So I'm gonna be a big kid and try and reinstall it quick, and just so I can see the lower fire. If I can see the lower fire, I can be at ease that the work we've just done is successful, and then it's just really installing the upper receiver, maybe reprogramming. Ooh. Move the wiring about a bit because we don't want to cut that wiring up. There we are, because you want it to slide over nice and easy. Gonna install back these screws, grip screws. I so need the light, you know. There we are. Next time I do this video a bit more better, more chattative, more energy and diabetic. Making up words now. Diabetic. But yeah, this video is just more about trying to take you guys on this journey with me, so you guys can see, like, in the end we do get the outcome. It's just a long journey, whereas I should have just been able to plug and play, and I've got my outcome. So yeah, let's get this motor back in. And to be fair, sometimes I like going through this process because you often end up with a better project. Like, for example, my DSG build, I genuinely believe this till this day. If I never went through all that hassle and tussle with it, it just wouldn't be the gun it is today. There was things like the spring that I had to battle with, and that allowed me to understand how to manipulate, for example, DSG builds to get a certain distance on shots. Because when I first got into DSG, everybody used to just be like, oh yeah, DSG's for indoors only. Like, there was this theme around it, and I was just like, you know me, anything I hear that is like, anything that I hear that's like is impossible, I like to challenge the theory. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously there's some things, it's not everyday challenge everything, but yeah, when I heard that, I was like, come on man, how are you giving me this trigger response and then I lose distance, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so the point I was trying to make is that sometimes running into problems is actually better, because then you learn things you'd have never learned if you didn't encounter problems, if that makes sense. So just trying to, because these are fresh wires, you kind of got to line them up in the grip correct so you don't do any damage, and even kind of like move them out the way as well. Make sure they're secure, make sure they can take some beating. Are you out the way? No, almost though. I just don't want them to clip, because that's another thing. People don't understand how important your motor wires actually are. Your motor wires is what completes the circuit, or a key part of the circuit. So even if you go add a battery, if your motor wires are not completing the circuit, the gun won't fire. And you'd be surprised how much times people have bought me things and like, oh, the fucking gun, I'm done with it, almost gonna sell it, fuck this gun, fuck the platform. And it's literally them, they just don't understand that circuit thing that I'm saying. Yeah, that's lined up, is it not? I think I'm just not, it's not clearing that enough. Oh, there we are. Just got it to clear it. Problem is, I needed to clear it all the way, not just a little bit. Yeah, you can see it, it's just missing clearance by like a millionth. I think that's it right there. 2.6 peeps. Need some back muscle in it to just close it up. And I believe that's it, like so. Give me 2 secs because I'm excited. I literally just want to run a battery in there. Just to see, because often with these new ETUs, you've got to do things to them. Yay, so I've got programmable gun. So what I've just done is, they say when you get this, you should kind of like calibrate it. So what I've done is just held my fire select or my trigger down, for 5, I think it's 5 seconds or 7 seconds or something, just to calibrate the gun. Moment of truth. Semi. Oh. Don't like where that motor is though. Something defo sounds off there with the motor. Fucking hell, that's mad loud though. I think the motor is a bit off. I'm like, what? How would the motor be off when nothing is changed? It's mad interesting. It also might be the tension on the spring. Okay, that's better. There's still a little, I can hear it, there's still a little, but yeah, that sounds much better. That sounds much better. Much better. 2 seconds, peeps. I think that's it right there, you know. I might tune my trigger, but that trigger feels trigger feels nice. I might not even touch it. But so yeah, like you guys see, and there's programmability to this. Like I can make semi-binary and auto burst fire. I think I'll make auto burst fire because I'm running a 25k motor, and I can just hear, like, just show you quickly. I can just hear that auto is gonna be a problem for some people. So I'll probably run 3-round burst. So semi, very responsive to be fair. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds, well, there you are. I'm happy with that, peeps. I ain't gonna shoot any of you guys' ears off anymore. I'm just gonna say, I feel like that build was worth it. I spent 50 quid on the ETU from Delta. I purchased it from Patrol Base. Don't be like me and buy a gearbox from one of these random stores. Find a store that you trust. And I say random store, this was a store that we trusted, bruv. So just essentially just make sure the store you're purchasing from has a good returns agreement, so that you're supported, even if you don't want to return the item. Because in this case, I was able to spin this around and get a good outcome. I feel like this sounds 10 times better and looks and even performs. I can hear there's some performance benefits here already. It sounds a bit shimmed better than my last gearbox setup with this for this gun. But yeah, just don't be like me. Avoid the drama. Go to a respective provider, or just buy the gun fully set up already, because then you wouldn't have to go through none of this anyway. It's just I like custom builds, so it meant that I was gonna be in a position where, yeah, I was always gonna need a gearbox, whether it was buy a full shell or do what I've had to do anyway, which is rebuild a gearbox from scratch to suit my specific needs. And to be fair, I'm kind of glad I did that now. Now I've heard the gun perform. I want to obviously see it now in gameplay, double check if it on lifespan and things like that. But yeah, I don't regret doing it for now. I'm a bit annoyed the way it worked out, because like I said, say I never had the money for the ETU, or let's say I never had the skill set or the money for, like, if this was an average user, he would be pissed, because he's got to find money for a tech now to fix an issue that should have already been fixed. Because you paid £85 for it to be fixed, right? You bought a full shell. People don't buy full shells to have to open them straight away. Maybe a couple months down the line when they want to change shit, but not initially straight away. But it is what it is. Like I said, for me, it's a learning curve as a tech. It's because I can't see, you know, in here is not bright. I need another side light, people. There we are. Yeah, learning curve for me as a tech, and I feel like even as a player, it's nice because it allows me to appreciate my weapon in a certain way, because this isn't just something I went on a website and bought. This is something I've genuinely had to go through the battles and the hassles, and you know what I'm saying, and a new battle and hassle has now begun as well, because now there's this whole process of fine-tuning this gun to work for me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And even once that's done, it's then trying to look at whether this gun is, like, there's stuff that I found or seen on this gun that are better, like, if that makes sense. So let's say another build took me 200 quid or 300 quid to get here. Did this gun take me 100 quid to get there? It's asking these, how would you explain it? Asking these active questions. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Asking these active questions that grow you as a tech. Because it's one thing to just be like, yeah, I know this one formula that will work all the time and stick with that. It's another thing to be innovatively trying and testing things daily, weekly, monthly, so that the players who put their tech needs in your hands, as well as just the general community, as well as just anyone who this information will benefit. It may even just be the guy who dreams about airsoft but never chooses to play. Like, he just has the interest about the stuff, and he might have a gun or two on his wall, but he never goes and plays. It's like, it just creates that next step to that, essentially, is what I'm saying. So yeah, man, like, thank you for spending the evening with a motherfucker, or the morning at this stage with a motherfucker. I kind of want to run it one more time. I think I put the main bits on it, have I not? That's now backup parts, so I'm gonna chuck that in a baggie. But yeah, like, and if you guys have any questions, queries, I know there were some people saying, oh, you never really tech on the channel anymore and stuff like that. So that's why I tried to do this. As much as I was tired, as much as some people might look at this and be like, oh, it wasn't helpful to me because you was tired, or because it's like, I thought, let me try a thing so you guys can see, like, even when projects do go wrong, there is ways around that. And sometimes wrong equals something better, because like I said, I genuinely was going to leave this gun as a basic, very basic gearbox, whatnot. So even that day when I bought this £85 thing, it was a real shocker even for me, but it was just because, like I was saying to you, there was a lot going on at that time period, and I thought, do you know, if I've got a rift bolt or a backup rift bolt to support the DSG build, at least I could tackle a lot of these competitions and game days and walk-ons that we were going to at that time, and be confident that if something ever happened to that DSG build, I would have something as good as, or close enough reliability wise. So I feel like, yeah, man, that's what this experience here has given me. We built something now that works like this, that works like I'm saying, or facilitates my objectives or the things I said on that objective list, as well as yeah, like, we've gone through the process and I've got new knowledge because of it, so we give God thanks. But I'm not going to chew you guys' ears any longer. I'm going to just chuck a battery in that one more time. I love it. Love it. I can see it needs some kind of programming, because that's already pre-cooked set, you know. It's very interesting. Look, it's not. I can see the nozzle still isn't going all the way. That's why I'm like, if this is your stock, this is pretty good for stock, you know. Pretty good. Because look at auto, like, that's mad, bro. That's mad, bro, for a DMR. Hey. So yeah, man, peeps, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. My ass is tired, so I'm gonna keep the ball rolling and keep it moving. But there we are. My DMR build. that worked out in the end. I'm quite pleased you turned out better than I thought. I think I'm gonna recommend that ETU to more people, because you wouldn't think such a cheap ETU would give you such a good outcome, but I guess it's the same like T238. They've got some really good stuff that you panic about buying it, but I'm telling you, if you ever take the risk, you'll be happy that you did. Some of it you've got to fine tune, I will say that for sure, but most of it tends to kind of be already done for you, and the bits that's not done are easily acquirable, if you want to call it that, or acquired, if you want to call it that. But yeah, man, like, share, subscribe, and peace, people. Until the next one. Like, I want to do a lot more stuff like this, a lot more fun, cool things on the channel. It's just having the time, having the budget, and even just finding the right people to fuck with the content. So yeah, man, like, share, subscribe. If you've got another loopy friend like us that wants to join the community, let them join, and peace until the next one.